Hey guys, that is Jasper and welcome back to part 2. Now let's try to analyze episode 62 pero bago yun, again, I would like to remind you guys that you can help the victims of the Misamis Oriental flooding with this link right here that I'm going to provide in the description below. Every amount of donations can do a lot po. And you have a lot of choices here on how to donate if you're willing. And yeah, let's go back to episode 62 right here and let's analyze it. Um it's um it's a fine episode, but clearly the highlight here is the revelation na ang ina, I mean, ang ama ni Maria Clara, ang tunay na ama ni Maria Clara ay si Padre Damaso. But you know what? Let's begin here with this part. Ito muna. I was expecting actually, ito na. I was expecting more about sa harana na to. I thought there's going to be some kind of build up to it. But you know what? I think the main point of this harana is to lead to this conversation between Fidel and his amigo na si Ibarra. But when it comes to the harana part, hey, at least Clay was able to experience it, diba? I remember a classmate of mine back in the Philippines nung high school. Naalala ko, klase kong babae. Naalala ko sa kanya na, tinanong ko sa kanya, ano ba yung gusto mo sa lalaki and stuff like that. And I'm asking it as a friend, hindi ko siya crush or something. And then she told me na, alam mo, parang she's fine with anything. Pero what she really likes is that someone is willing to serenade her. Iharana siya kahit napakit yung boses niya. And that thing really struck me. And it's always at the back of my mind na you know what? Yeah, it's the gesture that counts. You don't have to have like the most amazing voice, but the fact na masasabi ng babae na may nagarana sa kanya, then that's a big thing, di ba? And now, Clyde was able to experience it. Kahit man hindi maganda yung boses ni Fidel dito as a character, hindi si David as si Fidel, I think pretty sure deep inside, Clyde really appreciate this. She's just wearing this Clyde mask kung saan siya kilala para hindi niya maipakita yung tunay na emosyon niya towards kay Fidel. So in some shape or form, para medyo bakipot pa siya. But I do know na whenever Clay is kinikilig and whenever Clay is again kinikilig, she's making this kind of face. Pag gumagano siya, ito yung mukha niya when Fidel confessed his feelings and affections toward Clay. And then, yung ginawa ni Clay yung parang pambebe na ganun. Parang babaeng dalagang Pilipina yan ganun. And clearly, kinikilig siya. And I like that small face that she does right here. Kasi, again, the smallest actions makes the biggest stories, diba? And that's her. That's how her, kung paano siya kiligin. But I like this conversation right here. This is a very gentleman thing. I mean, Fidel doesn't have to ask for his permission, 'di ba? Pero kung totoo when you think about it, katulong si Clay sa tahanan ni Ibarra, then I think it makes sense kung kailangan niya magpaalam. Kaya para hindi mabibigla si Ibarra na parang every time na lang bibisita si Fidel mismo sa tahanan ni Ibarra para makasama lang si Clay. But this is a very classy way of, asking your friends the fact na, gusto niya ipakita ng maganda intention niya para sa isa pang kaibigan ni Ibarra, which is si Clay mismo, which is really good. It really shows na, I think that we got this little backstory na babaero nga, si Fidel. And I love the fact na, Ibarra simply cares for Clay. And again, I'm just simply happy na they had this kind of agreement na they want nothing but the best for Clay herself. And the whole time nakikinig pala siya, nagulat ako, hindi ko na-expect yun. The whole time nakikinig pala siya. Then I think that's good. I think this is good for Clay's development, her inner feelings and stuff. Kasi, you know, after many days of staying in San Diego, she she earned a lot more enemies than earning friends, diba? Compared to earning friends. And she needs nothing but maybe some kind of um paano ba, compliment ba? You know, not compliment, pero the idea that there are two men, which is Ibarra and Fidel, that really cares about her, can give Clay this feeling of um it simply makes Clay a very happy person, diba? I think she deserves to be simply happy, and the fact that there are two people who completely cares about about her, even when Clay is not around, then that's a good thing for Clay, diba? Basically, this entire episode, this entire scene right here, it's nothing but good vibes, and I really like seeing the nangyari yung scene na yun. I think this is really important, and I'm just really happy to see it. And now, let's talk about this one right here. Itong scene na to with Kapitan, no, Kapitan na naman with Piloso Bontasio. Every scene with Piloso Bontasio is a scene that everybody needs to um, focus on. Kasi Piloso Bontasio says he has a lot of insights, comments, and basically Piloso Bontasio, just like him as a character, it gives the audience a lot to think about when it comes to the way the story is being unfolded, 'di ba? Back in my days in high school, kapag tinanong ko or kapag sinabi ng teacher ko ano English ng Noli Me Tangere, sasabihin nila, touch me not, stuff like that, or a more uncommon English translation is the social cancer, something like that. And when you think about touch me not, it's people will remember the yung ano yung sa biblical terms. Touch me not sound like someone who prefers not to be stimulated touch during sex. Um, pero there's also this biblical term kasi it's lang na yan eh. Touch me not meaning um, biblical. Ano ulit yung meaning nito? Um, I don't know the complete story about Jesus saying touch me not and stuff like that. Pero when you think about it from the context of Noli Me Tangere in this story, it's basically from my perspective, Jesus is um basically the Philippines, 'di ba? And it's the Philippines way or maybe the Filipinos way of saying to the colonizers to not touch them kasi they're being colonized, 'di ba? And it relates to the naming of the social cancer kasi again, ang corruption ng gobyerno pati yung power ng mga prele ay isang cancer na na dinadanas ng Pilipinas mismo during this time. And even hanggang ngayon, di ba? Kasi cancer is a thing that is really difficult to remove. You need to take drastic measures in order to remove it. Either in medical terms, you have to do a lot of anong ginagawa na doon? Yung parang yung nalimutan ko pero yung lalagyan sila ng IV Chemotherapy. Yeah, chemotherapy. Yun ang usually nalaman in a surgery. Basically, all of this stuff right here are drastic measures in order to remove cancer. Diba? There's like no exact cure to it or no way of avoiding it, pero it will just happen, diba? So just like the Philippines, the fact na yung mga Westerners, they keep on moving west, diba? Hanggang maabot na ng Pilipinas. It's like a manifest destiny thing. Just like yung America, they just keep on moving west to slowly, like basic colonize everything, diba? Kaya pagdating sa United States, ang west side, ang west coast, ang pinakahuling na, na colonize ng American government. And then when it comes to colonizing, whenever it comes to cancer, there's always going to be a lot of sacrifices that you have to do. In Noli Me Tangere's case, clearly, aware na aware si Piloso Potasio kung gaano kalala, kung gaano kalaking sakit ang dinadala ng mga praile, pati ng korap na gobyerno sa bayan ng San Diego. Kasi, again, it's all about their power and it's also affecting a lot of innocent lives. Clearly, Ibarra is a good example of that kasi isa siyang innocent na tao. He wants nothing but the betterment for San Diego kaya nga siya nagpapatayo ng school. Nandiyan din si Don Rafael which is yung kanyang tatay and he is a philanthropist. I think we can also say na philanthropist si Crisostomo Ibarra mismo, di ba? Pero the fact na the cancer in San Diego looms much larger and yung mga shadows nila ay again tinatakpan yung buong San Diego, then this cancer is it's really hard to have good intentions para sa San Diego whenever since yung yung the most powerful people sa San Diego mismo ay mismong kumakalaban sa iyo, 'di ba? So again, gaya ng sabi naman ni Clay, itong social cancer na to has been a thing for many years now and dala pa rin ito ng Pilipinas ngayon. Again, cancer is something that is really needs drastic measures in order to avoid, if not avoid, to kill. And right now, yung Pilipinas pa rin ay madami pa rin mga corrupt officials, stuff like that. Madami pa rin corrupt na nangyayari sa justice system, pagdating sa mga police. Um, it is a very common theme na narinig mo, whenever you think about the Philippines, we've been cultivated in a way, we've been primed to think about, okay, when we think about Philippines, we think about corruption. We think about buwayas. And the fact that this cancer has been in the Philippines since the 1800s, then it really says a lot, diba? It's something na mahirap talagang tanggalin. And kaya mahalaga ito. Kaya nga, ito yung main point ni Professor Torres kay Clay na, we need to do everything that we can in our power in order to fight this kind of corruption. And I think in Professor Torres' case, sa tingin niya na Clay providing her skills para sa mga Pilipino sa Pilipinas, it's her way of fighting corruption. Kasi corruption is such a big thing. It's again, it's like a cancer and it can basically kill a person. But when you think about it, um, itong sakit na to, it can affect a lot of things pagdating sa Pilipinas, diba? It's not only about like yung mga mayaman, lalo na mayayaman dahil sa mga nakaw na pera and stuff like that. Pero it's more about if Clay being a nurse will help a lot of people, then that's a big help na pagdating sa isang bansa na napapaligiran ng corruption, di ba? Pero basically, what I'm trying to say here is that kahit anong actions na pwede natin gawin, malit man yan o malaki, as long as we're helping the Filipino community at maganda intention natin, that's one small step in fighting towards corruption. Mahi Some of you might think na, okay, paano matatalo ng, paano mo kakalabanin yung corruption through being a nurse? 'Di ba? Pero when you try to think deeply about it, lahat ng small actions can have like the biggest influences. Kaya meron tong meme na to eh. Meron tong meme na, okay, if you travel back in time, ginalaw mo lang yung upuan ng onte, malaki na yung epekto nito, di ba? There's like a butterfly effect to it. While I'm not 100% sure how being a nurse can can cure this cancer, this social cancer. When you think about it, being a nurse has some kind of influence in a way na there might be a butterfly effect kung saan matatanggal or pwedeng malesen ang corruption mismo sa Pilipinas. And it's something that you really need to think about. It's hard to explain it through words. I have it in my mind. Nakikita ko yung ano nito pero di ko na ma-explain through words. Pero again, it's something that you really need to think about. And it really shows na, if you can help the Philippines, then why not stay, diba? But at the same time, mahirap din maging nurse sa Pilipinas kasi mababa lang yung sweldo and stuff like that. Gaya ng yung recent, I think this was last year, yung nangyari sa PhilHealth na nawala yata yung 15 billion pesos na yun. Then, it's going to affect a lot of patients. If not patients, yung mga tao na merong PhilHealth, di ba? So again, itong pinoint out ni Piloso Montasio is something that you really need to think about just to really understand what's the main point of Noli Me Tangere and Maria Clara Tibara when it comes to not only history pero at the current state of the Philippines right now. And it's funny na sinabi mismo ni Piloso Montasio na ano ba yung purpose mo dito, Ibarra? Isa ka bang doktor? And in some shape or form, we can see the doctor term being related with Cly's field, which is nursing. It's all about in the medical field, and it's all about healing a country. It's all about cancer, and it's all about healing cancer and healing a country and stuff like that. And he also mentioned about like yung cockfighting, di ba? Yung cockfighting with Pedro ba yun? Pedro ba pangalan ng tatay ni Sisa? And when you think about it, I'm not against betting. I actually work in a casino for like 1 week. Pero I'm not against betting. Pero, you can't deny the fact that kung may kang tumaya, it's clearly going to affect yourself. Kasi gumagastos ka ng pera, malaking pera into something that is built upon chances, di ba? I mean, I'm fine if you're going to bet and you have like enough money to spend para mag-bet. Pero the fact na may utang ka na and you're still betting, either mapaka-fighting man yan or sa karera ng mga kabayo or sa mga casino, then, you know, when I think about it, betting is all about, if not the government, pero yung mga mayaman na tao, um, using it as an advantage para lalo silang yumaman. And again, betting is something that you bet on, diba? It's all about chances. And everybody doesn't have like the 90% chance of winning. It's always like a 50-50 thing. Much worse, like ang talo. Every day, like ang pupusta, and then like ang matalo. Compare that to like, just trying to save money and stuff like that. Kaya ako, I'm pretty proud of myself. I haven't bet in a single thing in my lifetime. There were a lot of chances to do that, pero in-avoid ko yun. Kasi I don't want to bet at all. I would rather use the money to spend it on something that I can really use or something I can eat with. Pero betting, it's just too much. It's just too much. And yeah, clearly, di ba maraming man naghihirap during this time. The fact na yung gobyerno na mismo ng San Diego is still allowing cockfighting, and even yung mga praile, and stuff like that, they're not against it because it's pouring in money. It's pouring in money sa city ng San Diego mismo. Ang problema naman doon, sometimes, guys sa libro, sometimes, the way how the officials of San Diego uses this money, gagamitin na to in all of the ways kung saan, ano lang, for extravagance. Kasi sa pagkakalam ko sa nobela, pinag-usapan nila na they wanted, gusto nila i-compare yung fiesta ng San Diego sa iba't ibang city pa sa paligid na to. And gusto nila yung city ng San Diego mismo is the city where they have the most extravagant fireworks. And they talk about budgeting the money that they have. Clearly, may nakuha din silang pera dun sa cockfighting na yun, di ba? On how they're going to use a lot of food, fireworks, plays, and stuff like that. And it's going to be like a 1 week thing. Yeah, after 1 week, balik na naman ulit sa kahirapan and stuff like that. And it's simply such goes to show na, well, di na pinakita dito eh. Pero it goes to show na, even yung mga nakakaupo sa gobyerno during that time, there's a lot of mismanagement and mismanagement and mishandling of money. And again, it's just all about extravagance. Itong mga officials na to, it's all about them living a luxurious life instead of using that money, that tax money, to further improve the lives of millions, diba? And here we have Ibarra, who is using his own money para magpatayo mismo ng eskwelahan, then that's a huge disparity compared sa mga officials mismo ng San Diego dun sa libro. Moving on. Again, dito yung revelation. I mean, what else can we expect about this revelation right here, diba? Other than, well, at least there's a little bit of clear, may malinaw na rin kung ano talaga full intentions ni Padre Salvi. Akala ko yung intentions niya para basahin yung mga messages ni Ibarra para lang, para i-hate read niya. I-hate read niya yung mga letters ni Ibarra kay Maria Clara and stuff like that. But it turns out, he wanted to use Ibarra's letters to use it to his advantage para mapatumba si Ibarra. And that is just a weird thing, diba? Imagine having a friend in reality. In the modern world, sabihin nila, hoy, basahin ko nga yung mga text messages mo ng boyfriend mo and stuff like that. That's just a weird thing to say. Pero hey, Padre Salvi is a weird person. That's just his entire character. I think Jotabs mentioned earlier sa yung sinabi ni Jotabs. Ang sabi ni Jotabs kanina, About 7 hindi ko gusto ang letter scene. Kakabwisis si Salvi that time, not because of his character, but the way the writers applied the script for him. Since napod ko na yung episode 62, Jotabs, um, I'm not sure if this, I think itong intentions ni Padre Sabi parang wala naman yata sa libro. Pero correct me if I'm wrong, di ba? Pero I think it works for the Padre Sabi character because he is a weirdo. He is strange. He has a lot of secrets. And he is going to do everything that he can in order para mapatumpas si Ibarra mismo. Team up sila ni Padre Damaso dyan. So, kung way niya para magamit yung mga letters ni Ibarra para patumbahin si Ibarra mismo, maghanap siya ng butas doon sa mga letter ni Ibarra kay Maria Clara, then he's going to do it. And if kailangan niya i-blackmail si Maria Clara, iba-blackmail niya yun, in which she is trying to do. Now, in Godfather terms, binigyan ni Padre Salvi si Maria Clara an offer that she can't refuse. Kasi it's a big thing, di ba? Binigyan na ni Padre Salvi si Maria Clara ng appetizer in which na sinabi na ni Padre Salvi kay Maria Clara na tatay ngayon si Damaso. And syempre in Maria Clara's point of view, she will want to know more about that story, diba? Kung bakit, kung totoo ba yung pinagsasabi ni Salvi. And syempre, itong letter na to ay galing sa nanay niya. So in some shape or form, may sentimental value in letter na to. And she will be able to read what's inside her mother's mind. And makikita niya mismo yung handwriting ng nanay niya. So that can be a big thing. So what Padre Sabi is offering is a lot para kay Maria Clara. Pero ang kapalit naman ay mga letters ni Ibarra mismo in which na magagamit ni Padre Salvi in his advantage. So, Maria Clara was put into this spot kung saan sa mahirapan siya mismo. I just hope that Maria Clara will choose the right thing. She will take Padre Salvi's revelation and after that, instead of accepting that offer, didiretso na lang siguro siya kay Padre Damaso. And baka kumpantay na lang niya mismo si Padre Damaso about what Padre Sabi did say. It would change the story and it will put Padre Salvi in a bad light if sinabi ni Maria Clara kay Padre Damaso mismo na sinabi sa ni Padre Salvi yung katotohanan. So, that might spark up the rivalry again between Padre Damaso and Padre Salvi. But other than that, that's my analysis on this episode. It's a very small episode with one big revelation, which is something that people has been expecting. Anyways, pero sa mga new viewers na nolimitang rin, this might surprise them. And yeah, I really like this episode. What do you guys think? I'll see you guys around and see you on the next episode then. Goodbye and take care.